Welcome to the Moon. Well, almost. Welcome to the Moon is a flip and write game with 8 adventures which can be played independently or successively in a campaign mode. Welcome to the Moon has standard rules that apply to all the adventures and also specific rules for each of them. Let's start with the standard rules. Shuffle the starship cards and split them into 3 draw piles of 21 cards, number face up. Each player takes an adventure sheet and a dry erase marker. For the missions, follow the campaign book, or else, if you don't play in a campaign, take the mission cards A, B and C of that particular adventure. Each turn is made up of 5 phases. 1. Flip 3 starship cards. At the beginning of each turn, the top card of each draw pile is flipped and placed in front of its pile, action face up. You get 3 new number action combinations. When the draw piles are empty, shuffle the discard piles separately in order to create 3 new draw piles. 2. Pick and write down a number. Every player picks simultaneously and individually one of the 3 available combinations, which can be the same as another player or not. You must write down the number of the combination you picked in an empty space of the marking area of your adventure sheet. These spaces are grouped into different zones depending on the adventure you are playing. In each zone, the numbers must be placed in ascending order from the lowest number to the highest number. A number can never appear twice in the same zone. In a zone, you can leave as many empty spaces as you wish between 2 numbered spaces, then fill them later on as long as you keep respecting the ascending order. Likewise, you can skip some numbers, for instance, put an 8 just after a 6. If you can write down a number, you must do it. If not, then you must cross off one system error box and you cannot perform any action this turn. 3. Use the action. Once your number is written down, you can, but you don't have to, use the action of the combination. You will perform the same 6 actions in all adventures, but in different ways depending on the adventure you're playing. Here is the general description for each action. The robot action allows you to connect, build or explore different parts. The water and plant actions allow you to collect resources and earn points, but only if you write the number in specific spaces. Energy action allows you to improve other actions or their value. The astronaut action allows you to modify the value of the number of the chosen combination before you write it down by adding or subtracting 0, 1 or 2. The planning action allows you to fill in an additional space with an X on the same turn beside the space in which you have written down the number of your combination. The spaces filled up with an X are also considered numbered spaces. 4. Incidents. After performing an action, there could possibly be an incident phase. The effects or consequences that can be triggered during the different adventures are resolved at this moment. Accomplish a mission. The 3 mission cards are objectives that have been given to you by the Human Alliance. The first players to fulfill, during the same turn, the requirements of the mission can accomplish it. They write the highest value of the mission card in the corresponding A, B or C space on their sheet. Then the mission card is flipped on the mission accomplished side. From now on, those who accomplish a mission in a future turn will only get its lowest value. You can only accomplish each of the 3 missions once during the game. When you have accomplished a mission, you keep the points you earned, even if you do not meet the requirements anymore later on. Apart from specific endgame conditions specified in the adventure rules, the game ends if one of the players has accomplished all 3 missions, or crossed off all the system error boxes, or filled in all the spaces of the marking area. If you wish to play in a campaign mode and you do not want to have the story spoiled, stop this video and go back to it when the campaign will tell you to. Adventure 4, The Mine. The colony is now fully operational. It is time to mine the underground resources of the moon. On your sheet, the scoring area is composed by 12 mine shafts, and above them, extraction pumps. The scoring area above has 6 factories. The mine at the bottom of your sheet has 3 underground levels. Each horizontal level is an independent zone. It is made up of cavities, spaces that you must number in ascending order from left to right. In the mine, there are 2 types of minerals that we commonly call pearls and rubies. When you write down a number in a space with a mineral, immediately circle it. Thanks to the water and plant action, you can also circle plants and water that are in between levels of the mine. Extract the resources. By numbering the 3 spaces of a column, you will trigger the extraction of the circled resources, which will allow you to supply your factory. The 4 main factories on your left are processing the resources coming from the mine. To fill these factories, you must cross off the resources from top to bottom. In each of these 4 factories, there is a resource linked to a filling bonus. The first players to circle the resource linked to a filling bonus during the same turn can circle the bonus. The other players must immediately cross it off on their sheet and they will not be able to get it. The 2 main factories on the right side are control centers for the astronauts and the planning. The main factories earn you points at the end of the game. You can upgrade their efficiency using the energy and robot action. The 5 secondary factories. They are located above the main factories. You can activate them during the game to get instant bonuses. Water and plant action. Both actions work in the same way. If you have written down the number of your combination in a cavity next to a water or a plant, just above or below the cavity, then with a corresponding action, you can circle the resource. Astronaut action. The astronaut action allows you to modify the value of the number of the chosen combination. Before you write it down, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. Moreover, cross off 1 astronaut symbol in the astronaut control center. Planning action. The planning action allows you to fill in a space with an X in addition to the number of your combination. Moreover, cross off 1 planning symbol in the planning control center. Energy and robot action. Both actions work in the same way. Using an energy and a robot action, you can cross off an energy or robot symbol in any factory. As soon as you have crossed off all the energies and robots of the main factory, cross off the scoring box located at the top of the factory. At the end of the game, the scoring box at the bottom of the factory will be the one taken into account. As soon as you have crossed off all the energies and all the robots of a secondary factory, you can activate bonuses that you must immediately use. In order to use them, cross off the bonuses, then circle or cross off the corresponding symbols in the factory. Extracting the resources. If you have numbered the 3 spaces of a column, then you must extract the resources of this column. Cross off the circled resources in this column. Then for each of these resources, circle a resource in the appropriate main factory. Then circle the extraction pump just above the column. At the end of the game, in addition to points earned for accomplished missions and penalty points lost for system errors, tally up your points in each scoring area as follows. Main resources factories. In each main resource factory, write down the total number of circled resources. Multiply that number by the active value of the factory, the one on top of the factory if you have not upgraded it, or the one at the bottom if you have upgraded it. Add the filling bonus if you have obtained it. Main astronaut factory. Multiply the total number of crossed off astronauts by the active value of the factory. The astronauts do not usually earn you points, but if you have upgraded the factory, then each crossed off astronaut earns you 3 points. Main planning factory. Multiply the total number of crossed off planning by the active value of the factory. Each crossed off planning usually makes you lose 3 points, but if you have upgraded the factory, then you will not lose any point.